But when we look specifically in this sort of price region, why do we get market structure shifts in this region, and why do we get market structure shifts over here? So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to dissect them using order flow, right? So first is the delta. So why does a bearish market structure shift actually form? So strong buying activity, no reward, results in a bearish market structure shift, right? Seeing positive delta and a break below the zone corresponds to a bearish market structure shift. So you want to move away from looking at this chart, looking for candlestick breaks and looking for, the solid sort of up, down, up, highs and low pattern. And you want to understand what's going on internally inside of your fair value gaps, right? That is the sort of the new way to do it going into 2026. So we just covered the delta and now. So in this position, I'm going over a little bit of a price action case study from the 29th of December, right? So before we go to the chart, so what you want to understand is the left image versus the right image, right? So just breaking this down again, the left image versus the right image. What we can see here is a lot of blue delta inside of the zone. So here we can see a lot of blue delta. Here we can see a lot of blue delta as well inside of the key level. Now from here, looking at the charts as well, going to the right hand side, you can see a break to the downside, which corresponds to what's really going on inside of your key zone. So I've been through this a ton of times, but what you're trying to understand is who is aggressive and who is passive. So I'm going to be, hopefully in this slide, you're going to understand what I mean by that. When you see a lot of blue delta, what this refers to, so if we take this price action over here, 26 for 317. Now, when you see 26 for 317, that refers to there being more aggressive buyers than aggressive sellers, right? We can see that with just the way that the market is printed over here. We can see a lot of blue delta, even the row underneath, 268 for 546. That again represents a lot of blue delta. So that here corresponds to this region up here. So I've drawn a market structure shift over here, right? And I'm actually showing you what's going on inside of the fair value gap. So here we can see a lot of blue delta again, which corresponds to buying activity. What that means is there is more buying activity. There are more market participants hitting the ask for this particular key level, this particular price on ES. This is around 69.50, 69.50, 60 area. What you're looking for here is when you see a lot of blue delta or a lot of positive delta and we see a break to the downside below the fair value gap, which is what I've highlighted here in red. When you see this price action, what you need to think of is lots of buying activity, but a lack of reward. And when you see a lot of buying activity with a lack of reward, this indicates that buyers are being absorbed, right? And that's what the previous slide was